What's up, guys? We're going to get into the friend connector training. So I'm just on Google right now. If you noticed the slick custom background, you can edit your Google background right here. They got some default ones and you can add whatever you want. I'm going to have to look into this. This is pretty cool. See what size this is exactly and just make my own custom background for Google. So, pro tip right there, make Google better. Anytime you open a new tab, you'll be happy with whatever you see if you customize it. But getting on to Friend Connector. So, a lot of people open it and they get confused because it says, oops, you're in the wrong page. So, you can see what it says here. Connect friends from group member or friends list page. So, what this does is it sends automated friend requests based on targeted keywords, and you have to be in Facebook for that to work. So there's a couple places you can go. The one I highly recommend are Facebook groups, because the people you're looking to add as friends have likely already identified themselves inside of different niche Facebook groups, and that's where you want to be to find the most targeted leads. So inside of a Facebook group, you have different tabs here. You got the discussion tab, which is probably the default landing for most groups. So you can scroll through and see different discussions. But where we want to go to run this extension is the members tab. So once we're inside the members tab, if we pop that extension back open, it's the little infinity sign with two friends, and you can see Friend Connector Pro has access to this site. If you click that button again, now that wrong page error is gone. So now this is the functionality of this extension. And you can see there's just a few simple fields we have to fill out here. So we'll cover those, and then I'll show you another place you can run this extension as well. So this first one is called the lookup interval. And what we're going to do for that is set how often we're going to send friend requests. So I never recommend using this setting unless you're just doing a quick demo just to see how it works, which that's what I'm going to do for this video. You have to remember Facebook is still kind of seeing what people are doing. If they notice any behavior that's out of the ordinary, they might limit or block that behavior. So what I do is I run it on 5 or 10 minutes, and usually 10 minutes if I'm going to be away. So I can just let this run while I'm away. It'll add people. If I select a message, it'll send that as well while I'm doing other things. So that's my recommendations. If you don't want to get limited and stuff like that, go ahead and run it at these higher end lookup intervals. But for this demo, I'm going to do 15 to 18 seconds. The next feature here is the limit of requests. So we can limit how many we want to send per day or per session, however you want to look at it. Or you can leave it wide open and it'll just keep running for you. So again, never want to leave it on this setting and run this on infinite. You're going to get your account limited from sending too many friend requests at one time. What you want to do is you could put it to 10 minutes and leave this running. What I'll say is if you do that, eventually there's still going to be some limiting, because after so many friend requests, they'll probably start popping up like a CAPTCHA to make sure you're actually sending these requests. And what I've had is if you are sending messages, those CAPTCHAs will pop up. So after a while, they'll pop up. What's cool is you can fill them all out right in a row. So if you wanted to fill out, a bunch of CAPTCHAs right in a row, it'll still send all those messages out. So that's one cool thing. And if you don't want to send the messages, just leave it on this default setting. It's going to be the -- choose -- And if you leave it on that, it's not going to send any messages. So we're gonna use the limited feature here, and I'm gonna limit it just to 5 people. So I'm gonna send 5 friend requests, and I'll do every 15 to 18 seconds. So just for this demo, that's what we're gonna do. So this resume from last search feature, what that means is every person in this queue is assigned a number. So this person at the top would be number 1, 2, 3, on down, right? So we could be down at like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on and so forth. So if you resume from last search, it's going to skip to that number in the queue. And I like to do that just to skip all the people up top here and start down in the meat of the group. It's also something you can do if you've been running the extension for a while and then you come back and you want to resume. You can kind of scroll down the page to get some of these people open and then start from, say, like 150 instead of starting back over at the top. It's not required. If you start back at the top and there's people you've already sent a request to, it'll just skip past those people. It'll just take a little bit longer to do that. So that's what this is for. You can hit no and it'll start right from the top, or you can leave a number in here to skip all of the top people and jump right into the meat of the group. The next function is the keywords. So you can enter keywords. You can see I had some like digital, CEO, and owner. And that's how you get even more targeted. We're already pretty targeted, right? Because we're in a group of people that we want to add as friends. They've already self-selected themselves just by joining that group, that specific niche group that we're looking to find people in. But you can go even deeper, right, with these keywords. So e-commerce, that could be a keyword I could use here. CEO, founder, those are keywords. Contributor, writer, keywords. Small business, keyword. All that stuff that people self-select on their own profile can be a keyword. So that's a good way to get laser targeted on our audience. You could look for coaches, accountants, realtors, wholesalers, artists, musicians, whatever keyword you want to specifically target, that's what you can put in this field here. So that's a pretty powerful feature, and you can add as many keywords as you want. And it's not going to be an either or. It's if they have any of those keywords there, it's going to find those people. So get a list of your keywords that you want, separate them with a comma, and just add them all and let this thing run. It's going to laser target your friends that you want to add. And this last one down here is message groups. So I'm going to cover the actual adding and compiling of message groups in a different video. But just know once you've made them, there'll be a drop-down list right here. So you can make message groups for different niches, different offers, and stuff like that. And what these will do is they'll send out with the friend request, and they'll cycle through your various messages that you've created. So it's kind of a dynamic content that you create, and then it swaps out different pieces for you. And you can name the group however you want, so you know when to use that group when you're running this extension. But we're going to leave it blank for now. So all we're doing, if it's on this choose feature, is just sending a friend request. I've also got no keywords, so it's going to start adding everyone right in a row. Right? So we'll click run and see how this works. So you can see it started here. So this would be number 15. And I'm running or right now this loading symbol means I'm adding him as a friend. I'm sending the friend request. So now it skipped right down to the next one. So I'm adding him as a friend as well. If I had a keyword in here, it likely would have skipped over these because I was trying to find someone even more targeted, right? But we're going to just let this run, and then we'll try it with a keyword in the next video. So you can see I got 15 to 18 second interval going. Every 15 to 18 seconds, it's going to add a new friend. Some people might not have this button here. You can notice right here the button's missing. That depends on how that person has set up their profile. So you can lock down your profile where you can't get friend requests unless people are a friend of a friend, or you can't get friend requests, period. So that could be the case going on here. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. Now there, we've completed those 5 friend requests that we had in the extension. Remember, we set it to a limit of 5. If I had set this higher, it would have kept running. Or if I set it to infinite, it would have kept running. So again, just a reminder, look up interval. You want to set this in this range, usually. If you're right there at your computer, you could run it at 3 minutes. That's kind of the lowest I would go on it, honestly. So between 5 to 10 minutes, you should be safe. 3 minutes if you're there kind of working. You can run it limited to 50 to 100 a day, or you can run it infinite if you want. See how it goes. I haven't really tried to push real hard with it. I just slow and steady wins the race, my friend. So once you get to 5,000, you can wipe them, start all over if you want to. Target a different niche or the same niche. It's up to you how you want to use this tool. But so we got 5 requests in. Now, if we started again, we could start from 20, right? If we used this last search member's position, and that would start from around here instead of 15, right? So that's what this search function does. It skipped over all the first 14 people and started from 15. And we didn't use a keyword in this video. We'll use it in the next one, and we also didn't send any messages. So in the next video, I'll show you how to use the keywords, how that functionality works, and then in the video after that, we'll get into messages, message segments, and message groups. So hopefully that's helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.